In CrossFit, strength is tested in various ways and in various movements, but it's not always as simple as just a 1 rep max. More often than not, we're going to see heavy loads for multiple reps. So you can imagine a test of a 1RM snatch versus 20 reps at a tough load. This is going to require a different style of strength and a different style of training to approach it. Training your battery should be a fundamental in preparing for the sport of CrossFit. So what exactly is battery and how can I improve it? I'm going to briefly go over what the battery system is, and then we're going to go over a workout where I performed a battery test earlier this week. To simply put it, when we do a tough contraction or a tough rep, let's take a power clean or power snatch, it requires energy from us. So now our energy is depleted a little bit, so if we want to complete the next rep, we need to restore those energy levels. You can imagine a battery going down once we perform a rep, and then the battery has to go up to a certain level before we perform the next rep. If you go too fast and perform too many reps, you'll drain the battery too much, and it's going to require a long time to refill that battery. So the goal in our training should be to learn how to refill that battery as quickly as possible and to pace the workouts appropriately so we don't use too much of the battery per rep. The best athletes are able to recharge their battery very fast so that they can perform the work faster. Last year in quarterfinals, we saw a workout that had burpee box jump overs and 270-pound clean and jerks for the men. So to improve this, increasing your 1RM clean and jerk may help a little bit, but for most people, if you can already do this weight or more, you need to learn how to recharge your battery faster so you can do more reps in a shorter amount of time. So let's get into the video. I'm going to discuss how it felt, what I could have done to improve, and possibly ways that you could perform better on this workout if you were going to do something like this, or if we're going to see a test like this in this year's quarterfinals or open. All right, so we're getting into the video. I'm going to go over a few points on battery pacing and how to improve your battery while we go over the workout and while we watch it. But we're starting here with the 5 box jumps, 36 inches. So this is a battery test. A lot of other battery tests you might see will just be the barbell. So 20, 30 reps for time at a specific load. But here I'm doing it with box jumps. And this is a non-complementary movement, meaning it's very similar or it's taxing a similar muscle group to what I'm doing. So I'm jumping up, I'm extending, using my hips, using my legs and my leg drive the same way I am with a power snatch. So these look pretty good. These were supposed to be powers throughout the whole thing. I ended up squatting a few or getting really close, but that's okay. These reps look pretty solid. I'm moving pretty quick. You probably noticed on the first set of box jumps, I was jumping and landing pretty high. That starts to go down a little bit as I get more fatigued. All right, so first 5, try and loosen the belt. Back on the box jumps for 4 reps. All right, we'll see here. I jump, and I land a little bit more in the squat. Ditch the belt. It was causing me too much issues, and I didn't want to have to keep fumbling with it, and I knew it was going to fall off eventually. I was hoping it would stay on a little bit longer, but it didn't. All right, so pacing. We want to pace these well, because if you dig yourself too much in a hole when we're doing a battery test, a tougher load, it's going to take us way too long to recover, and we're just going to end up wasting way too much time. So we want to pace it just right so that I'm doing a rep where I'm not using too much energy, and this efficiency and strength will play a role in that, but I'm trying not to use too much energy so that I can quickly get back to the next rep. Because if I do 2 or 3 really quick, then I'm just going to burn out, and then I'm not going to have juice for the end. Okay? So I adjust the weights a little bit there, and then I hit the 4th rep. So I'm waiting a little bit longer. Maybe I went a little too fast, but maybe I'm just trying to save it so I can make sure I can get these box jumps out of the way quick. All right. So right now I'm thinking, stay tight. I'm not trying to think too much, but I'm just telling myself little cues to, kind of give a little pep talk during the event, during the test. What can help you improve your battery? Well, if you're already really strong, then doing general aerobic work could help you. This is going to help you recover faster in between your lifts. So that can help and help with the breathing aspect. But just doing that isn't going to help, really push you to being really good at a battery test. You need to do battery specific work. What that could look like is doing EMOMs of, higher percentage or tougher loads, doing fast singles, doing tests like this, but maybe with some work to rest ratios so that you're able to perform pretty well, and then you can take a break, recharge, and do it again. Okay. Strength work can help you if you're really weak or if you're not really strong, but strength work alone is not going to improve your battery. If that were the case, we would see powerlifters, we would see weightlifters perform really well in these tests. They might perform well initially, like the first 5 reps, and then as the reps start to accumulate, they're going to die off. They're either going to get really tired or they're just going to start missing lifts because they're not accustomed to doing training like this or doing tests like this. So that's why strength is not the key to improving your battery. You need to do battery style work. All right, so I'm back on the box jumps. I'm catching really low now. I'm trying to relax during it. This is the final rep. I saved enough so I could just do that rep, jump right to it, and then boom, hit the last rep. It was a deep squat. These were supposed to be powers. This was right around like the 350 mark. So I ended up just resting and trying to hit one more as a power around like 420, just to make sure that I hit a good power at the end. But after watching it, there was probably a few that were sketch. But overall, I still completed the test. I did really well. Let's see, that's the last one. And boom. That one was still riding the line, but to me it felt like a power. And yeah. So the big takeaway from this should be strength alone is not going to improve your battery. Remember, in CrossFit, we're not only going to be tested in 1RMs. We're likely going to see heavy loads for multiple reps. And it might not just be in a workout like this. It could be in a workout that has more of a moderate load, but you're doing it for multiple reps, and your battery is still going to come into play here. So if you're struggling with workouts like this, where there's a heavier barbell, don't just lean into a ton of strength work or trying to do a ton of workouts like this. The best way to improve your battery is to train it specifically. If you end up doing this workout, please let me know how it goes. I'd love to see some other scores, and we'll see you in the next one.